Digital solutions for the retail industry. In our constantly evolving European market, the methods we use to manage, operate, and truly understand our physical spaces could very well define our future operational success. Because as consumer habits shift, the ways we approach the day-to-day administration of a storefront require a nuanced, forward-thinking strategy that goes beyond traditional practices.
Bespoke software development could potentially transform daily operations for retail organizations across Europe. By combining programming, data processing, and process automation, we might help you extract genuinely valuable information and navigate those frustrating internal bottlenecks. So what do those bottlenecks actually look like in practice? Well, perhaps it's a delay in processing orders, or maybe disconnected data is holding back a critical management decision. By tailoring these digital solutions to your specific needs, we would work together to streamline your workflow, examine relevant metrics, and advance toward your medium and long-term objectives in a highly systematic, measurable way.
What happens to your retail data when the store is closed? Often, we view closing time as a complete pause in activity, don't we? The lights go off, the doors are locked, and commerce just seems to sleep. However, downtime for rest could still be a remarkable opportunity to generate continuous insights. The retail sector actually has this unique characteristic of being able to produce informative data even in the quietest hours. Understanding this continuous flow might profoundly shift how we prepare for the next trading day.
To understand this a bit better, let's think about the continuous retail cycle. You experience intense physical interactions during opening hours, and that's naturally followed by store downtime. Yet running parallel to all of this is your online presence. Data generated through your digital channels would provide continuous information about user interests, even while the physical store is firmly shut. For instance, if users are browsing a specific category online at midnight, you might anticipate a surge in physical interest for those exact items the following morning, allowing you to prepare the shop floor accordingly.
Now, when looking at the physical space itself, implementing IoT sensors and environment monitoring devices could help observe the shop floor with a completely fresh perspective. These discrete devices would collect ongoing data from the surroundings, allowing for a detailed monitoring of the local situation. This approach could give you a much clearer, objective picture of what is actually happening inside the four walls of your establishment throughout the entire trading day.
This kind of environmental data opens up highly tangible use cases. By tracking the foot traffic of passersby and studying the interest generated by your window displays, we could begin to map the journeys of visitors the moment they step inside. Rather than just making assumptions about how people navigate your aisles, capturing this data might optimize your understanding of which products attract attention, ultimately assisting in calculating sales ratios with far greater objectivity.
Navigating the nuances of our European market, from changing regional seasons to specific local holidays, makes accurate purchasing planning critical. When managing the warehouse, analyzing your accumulated sales and environmental data could genuinely assist in anticipating future demand. So, rather than guessing what might be needed for the upcoming season based on past feelings, this information would facilitate highly targeted purchasing, aligning your stock levels much more closely with the actual current interests of your consumer base. The crucial contrast here is overstock or shortages versus timely shelf replenishment. We are all deeply familiar with traditional inventory struggles. You know the feeling, walking into a back room to find excess items gathering dust, or even worse, facing a customer when a popular item is entirely out of stock. Taking a data-driven approach might help you avoid these costly pitfalls. It would assist in restocking shelves efficiently before crucial items run out entirely, bringing a real sense of calm and control to operations that traditionally cause significant stress.
Expanding on this concept, we could explore phygital immersive experiences. That is, environments where your physical store and digital footprint interact seamlessly. Blending these physical and digital realms could significantly expand visitor interaction with your brand. As customers engage with these blended environments, you could gather robust data on their exploration. Integrating the information from both domains would allow for a holistic analysis of the business, which might help improve the overall customer experience and even detect entirely new commercial opportunities.
This brings us to a fundamental shift in how a business is run: intuition-based management versus data-driven administration. Having a data-driven focus means working with a vision of what is happening based on the objective interpretation of information, rather than relying solely on gut feelings or long-held assumptions. Shifting to these objective criteria would help you form a solid foundation of information, guiding your management and decision-making processes with a great deal more clarity.
To achieve this level of clarity, we utilize bespoke B2B programming and processing. Custom-developed software combining precise programming, data processing, and process analysis might resolve those stubborn internal bottlenecks holding your organization back. Because it's bespoke, the software adapts to your reality rather than forcing you to adapt to a rigid, off-the-shelf system. Working within such a tailored digital environment opens the door to new commercial possibilities and could heavily optimize the way your entire team functions on a daily basis.
A cornerstone of our approach is digital and data sovereignty. We understand perfectly well that your business data is a critical, highly sensitive resource. Because of this, processing it on servers hosted exclusively within the European Union would reinforce information protection and offer you total transparency. It is simply about maintaining control over your information and treating your organization's data with the security and respect it requires in today's digital landscape.
Furthermore, these solutions are designed to be systemic, scalable, and multilateral. We know that every entity has specific needs, and what serves your business well today might fall short tomorrow as you grow. Therefore, these native integrations would act like interlocking pieces that fit naturally into your current operations. Designed as a constituent part of your organization's ecosystem, this approach allows you to activate services flexibly and scale them smoothly as your entity naturally evolves.
Looking at the operational benefits, using bespoke software to handle repetitive, time-consuming workflows naturally frees up your staff. Consequently, your team would be able to step away from routine administrative tasks and instead concentrate on higher-value strategic objectives. When the digital systems handle the predictable processes, human talent can be redirected towards customer engagement, creative problem-solving, and actively growing the business.
This directly impacts optimized customer service allocation, addressing an issue that we know directors care deeply about: staffing. By analyzing anonymous visitor behavior, we could assist you in understanding precisely how people move through your space. This insight would help in assigning the appropriate staff for every shift, preventing overstaffing during quiet hours, and mitigating understaffing during peak rushes, all while adjusting your offering according to local sales trends and regional preferences.
To deepen that understanding of your local market, we can employ predictive analytics and intelligence. Business intelligence could help comprehend the daily reality of your customers and the specific environment in which the store operates. By studying the public and understanding market trends before they fully materialize, you could adjust your distribution and streamline internal processes with a much clearer, proactive view of the future.
The motivation behind all of these tools comes down to a core belief: technology should simplify everyday life. The purpose of this digital evolution is simply to use technology to work better and more comfortably. We believe that digital innovation ultimately aims to improve the human experience and your everyday operational realities, making complex, demanding tasks far more manageable for everyone involved.
At the end of the day, we deeply value direct human relationships. We prefer to connect with you directly, meaning no virtual assistants and no automated loop responses when you actually need help. We offer our services remotely, utilizing technology to interact and provide substantial support to your organization, offering a highly personalized, human approach regardless of your geographic location within Europe.
Shall we talk?